Gemini rising, so that Uranus energy of wanting to break down the walls or revolutionize something in your life is happening in your 12th house. And that 12th house is kind of like the closet that we store all of the things we don't want to look at or deal with in this world, because there is no place for them, where you're just like, I don't know what to do with this energy or this feeling that I have, or a memory or something. We're going to just stuff it in the 12th. And it's just going to sit there. Well, now Uranus is there, and it's been there since mid 2018, and it will be there, I think, until 2025. But you're going to be undergoing this massive, like, cleaning out the closet or the attic, like, of, like, you know, what have I stored up here? Why did I put this here? Why do I have all these boxes of these, memories that lead to this? Or, it's a very, and it's not a careful picking through. It's a very, like, revolutionizing moment. I want to revolutionize this part of me that it's like the psyche. It's like I've filed it away somewhere else. It doesn't have to come out in daily life. And at this point now, this might be bringing it out, or like working through it in some way, or having it work for you in some way. Like the Uranian energy could be your entire 12th house, like, situation becoming maybe too much, or just bursting from the seams suddenly, like, Uranus just like striking and like kind of having things spill out, where you're like, oh, okay, I'm making some headway now. It might not be pleasant or slow and, measured out. I didn't write a whole list here, but it's happening. It's like, whether I like it or not, it is happening. It's like these breakthroughs are splitting open parts of my psyche that I have carefully hidden away for whatever reasons. And it's very liberating to have that. It's the liberator of, like, we don't need to go on this way. This way that we were going, we can go on this way now. And you're making these big, huge strides of, like, I'm doing this deep work to uncover and to change the rhythm and the pattern. And Saturn in the 9th is kind of like, yeah, but there's this roadblock here of this some type of higher, bigger belief system, maybe a bigger belief system that is kind of set in stone and making you feel like this is the only route to take. I can only do therapy this way, or I have to do it this way because I'm very religious, or my parents raised me to be this, or, a Saturn 9th house, like, not being able to access the teachers or the teachings, or having a very strict idea about what that might be, or, having, the belief system, just a very set in stone kind of rigid belief system, but that is working, that, there is this push and pull, because the Uranus energy wants to break everything open, and this Saturn is like, yeah, but we have this whole thing going, like, why would you want to mess that up? So you might be thinking, like, yeah, do I want to mess this up? Like, the Saturn stuff is telling me, don't do it. You've always done it this way. We've always taken the slow route. We always go to the same therapist. You have been raised this way in this church, and, now you're getting into this Buddhist chanting or whatever it is. So that's the crux of the issue here, that you're like, I need to do this, but it's frustrating. Now Mars is coming through in the 3rd, with all this firepower, and in the 3rd, it's more like a place of siblings, or people that you think of as siblings, or people in your neighborhood, neighbors, your immediate surroundings, what you do every day, your daily little route, or things you learn daily, like, but how to change your oil, not like a big, gigantic belief system learning. It's more of a smaller learning. So I feel like this Mars in the 3rd could be like, maybe siblings, or maybe neighbors, or maybe something in your immediate environment is calling for, like, no, we're going to do this now. Like, I'm going to come up against your, the way you've always done this, or the way you've always seen your belief system, or your religion, or something like it. we're going to change it up now. It might be coming from a sibling, a neighbor, your neighborhood, something, on a mundane level like that, like a daily something. I don't know. But that one's interesting. That's really cool. I kind of like that one. I mean, I like them all. I'm not trying to be mean, but yeah, the Gemini rising, that's cool, huh? Because this seems like such a liberating, more than anything, Uranus is liberating, but like in the 12th, Uranus liberating the 12th, that's like a big heavy area that a lot of people need to do this giant clean out of. So that's pretty interesting here. I would just tell you what I'm telling everyone. It's maybe not the time to have an exact blowout right now where like, yeah, my sibling is, pushing me to do this, or the sibling is demanding me, or the neighbors, or something I've found in my neighborhood group is pushing me further. It might be the time not to go crazy with the force of Mars pushing through, breaking down the door, and helping that Uranian, like, we've got to revolutionize everything. It will happen, and it is happening, but right now, this weekend, it doesn't necessarily have to be now. We can go forward and look at this, and it can just simmer in the background, and we can go forward and deal with it at another time when things will be loosened for everyone and things will be flowing instead of this force meeting force where you just get oppression and opposition. So that's what I'm telling everyone, to just kind of chill until until this stuff kind of cools down.